Actually, I'm going to add a bit to my description for the current score, as I realize I haven't had anything until now. That's ambiguous. I won't do it that way. Just add another row and move this up a little. Actually, we'll do it that way. Now do remember that all games are played, so even if the next game is, well, actually that's right, it's there are 8 sets, adds plus the 9th as an ace match. So this is not yet match point at all, considering it is 3-2. Anyway, doing a little bit of work with my scene here, so you guys can actually read the full text. And we're gonna switch into the right scene to get into our next game. As I said, this is MaufrY versus JustBlu. MaufrY playing for StraTk Gaming and JustBlu playing for the Lucky 13. This is a Gold League game, Zerg versus Zerg on Alterzim Stronghold. The current score is 3-2. 3 for StraTk and 2 for Lucky 13. Lucky 13 took the first 2 sets and StraTk the next 3 straight. Alright, here we are on Alterzim Stronghold. Actually, I'm gonna lower my visual settings a little. It's getting a little bit slow. Not sure why. See if that can help us out any. Anyway, returning to our game, spawning in the lower left, we have playing as our teal Zerg, MaufrY. And spawning in the lower right is our green Zerg, we have JustBlu. Close up some things. Well, they're starting out their game. Alright, back into the game. So, both of them scouting in the wrong direction. They do have a nearby spawn, and both of them scouting up when it is in fact across. So, be a bit till they find each other. See what kind of builds they're going to go for today, eh? As I said a few times, the current score is 3-2. It's been a very, very close, very well fought series between StraTk and the Lucky 13. I'm not sure if StraTk is the correct way to pronounce it, but I'm going to continue doing that until someone tells me it's wrong. Maybe next week I'll be able to pronounce it correctly if that's not the right way. Anyway. So, we do see the typical hatch first for Alter team coming out of MaufrY. JustBlu not making either a hatch or a spawning pool yet. His mineral's getting high. Definitely very interesting, choosing to make neither a hatch nor a spawning pool this early, just continuing to drain out. She cancels an overlord and makes a spawning pool. Okay. And now he is indeed going for his hatchery. So his timings are going to be just a little bit behind, but probably not enough to matter if the game goes any longer than 10 minutes. So. Do see a pretty early gas geyser coming down out of MaufrY here, so we're probably going to see him take speed pretty quick and or tick up the layer. JustBlu did send out a drone scout, and having seen that overlord and sending his overlord there, it looks like he's going to know where Mouse sooner for sure, but considering what they've seen so far, and MaufrY in fact also sending out a drone scout, so looks like everybody knows where everybody is now. Oh, but you have MaufrY trying to do this sneaky spine crawler, but doing it just too close. See, if he did it one space further away, that actually would have been an effective spine crawler rush. But it was just a little bit too close. It was in vision of the hatchery, and therefore these two Zerglings that are out completely shut that down. So getting a little cheeky here, MaufrY early on. Didn't really cost him anything other than the cancel cost, and he is going to probably use that drone. He's going to use it to steal a gas geyser, which doesn't really do anything except for annoy JustBlu, but it might take his attention off of other things. All depends on how good the multitasking of our players are, whether that's actually worth anything or not. So far, MaufrY does have 4 more drones, so he's got a bit of an economic lead with JustBlu choosing to make more lings early on. However, MaufrY's speed is going to be much faster than JustBlu's, so the few lings he has are going to be a lot more effective. And with the long rush distance on this map, speed is an absolute necessity if you're going to try to do any attacking. And with an overlord, his overlord now hanging out at the 3rd base to look for the timing of that. JustBlu sending his overlord, well, I don't know why he's sending his overlord over there, but this one at least is probably going to get some good vision of anything coming across to attack him. Pretty decent overlord placement, especially for a Gold League game. A lot more lings coming out now for MaufrY, evening up his army count as well as his, but at the cost of his drone count just a little. Now that the only thing that is any different is that he has a few more minerals. But he does get his overlords first, so he's going to continue his minor lead. It's only a minor lead, but the speed that is just finished, now that's a major part of the lead. However, JustBlu is just about to finish up a Roach Warren, which are going to make speedlings pretty irrelevant really fast if he can get some roaches out. Actually really good walling off the ramp with these queens. It'll hold back these speedlings pretty well. I mean, they'll be able to possibly take down the queens, but not before the roaches come out. Deciding discretion is the better part of valor, holding back these lings, having also morphed in a few banes, but banes just aren't going to be useful, so JustBlu may well have caught up if not gotten the edge with his Roach Warren. However, he only has 1 roach coming out. He does have a Nidus network, however. So we're going to see a quick Nidus come down. Whereas MaufrY has chosen to take a 3rd base instead of tech up, although he does have his lair on the way as well. But JustBlu, having already finished his lair, has a Nidus that is already finished. The problem is he doesn't have any Overlords really in position to Nidus in a good place. Well, that one's in a pretty good spot. Yeah, that's got vision right there. That's probably where we're going to see the Nidus Canal come down. In the meantime, we have MaufrY sending all of his Lings out of his base. This might be an interesting sort of a base trade scenario in ZVZ. Not often you see ZVZ getting that base tradey this early, but you might well see it. So we see these Lings and Banes try to come up and battle these Queens, dropping a lot of Banes into the Queens, losing every Bane, in fact, which isn't really very efficient, but as he discovers, there's nothing really efficient for the Lings to even fight, other than trying to run past and get some drones, because that's a lot of roaches. 46 army supply for JustBlu and only 18 for MaufrY. It's looking like JustBlu is about to win it with this Nidus drop that's going to come down. I mean, this Overload's in the perfect space. The Nidus right here. This might be the end. We don't yet see the Nidus Canal sending it down, but all the roaches are now in it. Oh, he chooses a Nidus right here, which isn't as good of a spot necessarily, but I don't think he can see it. Let's see. No, he totally sees it. And having seen it, knowing all the roaches are gone, he's going to send his speedlings in to try to do a base trade, taking down these spine crawlers and morphing up these Banes. It looks like he might well be able to take down all the drones, but that many roaches, he's got just no answer to it at all other than trying to run. His speedlings can't take down roaches like that. Looks like he's going to lose pretty much everything, but he might be able to base trade quicker than that, taking down the Roach Warren first. Not sure if that's necessarily the best solution. Neither player with anything useful in production. And MaufrY trying to make a Spire, that's not really going to help. Just realized I left it on one player's vision, but we're seeing everything because both players are seeing everything right now anyway. Now that all these drones are just kind of hanging out behind these roaches, waiting for the roaches to kill them, but I'm not sure what else JustBlu can do over here. Whereas MaufrY has lost his main, about to lose his spawning pool. Both players having lost pretty much everything, but the fact that MaufrY has a third base, I don't think JustBlu even knows that MaufrY has this third base. And he got his Spire down and now has these mutas. JustBlu even being revealed having no buildings and nothing but these pile of roaches, but there's no way the roaches can ever kill his mutas, and as long as JustBlu is smart enough to escape one drone, as long as MaufrY is smart enough to escape one drone and make a base somewhere else, which he already has done, that's GG. JustBlu cannot win. He doesn't necessarily know it yet, but that's GG. I mean, he can try to remake a base, but that's the only thing he can try to do is try to remake a base. And MaufrY even just sending the drones to try to kill the roaches, because hey, that's all he's got left. You know that's all he's got left. I have no idea why the GG isn't called yet. And there it is. GG, well played. MaufrY takes that one for StraTk Gaming. StraTk now leading 4-2 in this series. It is a best of 5, however, so it's not done yet.